Hey there, thinkers, and welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is Est, and so, Disney, if there's ever a PR disaster to be, found, they'll stumble right into it, because Rachel Zegler is leading the charge. So, in the latest Who Could Have Seen This Coming moment, the Snow White star, yes, the one that Disney's banking on to lead their live-action fairy tale revival, has managed to turn up the controversy dial yet again. This time, she's moved from just mildly ticking off audiences with her unique take on Snow White, and is now publicly flaming Trump voters. But she didn't just call them out like any old celebrity. No. She decided to make it extra spicy by telling Trump supporters they can go fuck themselves. Classy. Like, I've already laid this out in a previous video, so if you missed that or want a refresher, the link is hanging out in the description below. You know, for the ones who actually like doing their homework before diving into the comments. However, I have a few things to say here, but before I do, I have a small request. If you are new here, consider hitting the subscribe button, smashing that like, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. We would greatly appreciate this, since this will help us appease those YouTube algorithm gods. So, we thank you. Now, let me give you our thoughts on this, and let's get into it. Honestly, this whole situation couldn't have come at a worse time for Disney. Between hemorrhaging money, a fan base barely hanging on, and a little legal drama from Gina Carano, who they booted for, wait for it, her political opinions. Like, you would think they'd be trying to steer clear of any more ideological flame wars. But hey, what's one more black mark, right? Like, Disney's already managed to alienate half the audience by firing one actress over her beliefs, and now they've got Rachel Zegler throwing out parting shots at millions of potential moviegoers. For a company desperately needing a win, it's almost impressive how committed they are to digging that hole just a little bit deeper. Well, less than 24 hours after Rachel Zegler's latest public moment, and Disney's starting to sweat, word on the street is that someone over there picked up the phone, probably on speaker for the whole PR team to listen in, and told Rachel, hey, maybe you should try not torching the brand you're supposed to represent. Just a thought. Because here's the thing, Zegler's interviews and rants are no longer just cute little footnotes. They're the reason why executives are staying up until 3 a.m. wondering if they accidentally signed a spokesperson for a reality show instead of a fairy tale. So now they gotta do the damage control dance, probably politely asking her to stick to the lines from the movie and avoid stirring up a fresh internet firestorm every time she hits post. And it's almost like Disney didn't see this coming. I mean, like, after all, in Hollywood, signing someone with a reputation for, let's just say, free-spirited comments is basically asking for weekly PR interventions. So last night, Rachel Zegler posted an apology on her Instagram. We can see her Instagram story here. Hi everyone. I'd like to sincerely apologize for the election post I shared on my Instagram last week. I let my emotions get the best of me. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding, and I'm sorry I contributed to the negative discourse. This week has been emotional for so many of us, but I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their own opinion, even when it differs from my own, and I'm committed to contributing positively towards a better tomorrow. I mean, come on. You really think she came up with that all on her own? Hell no. That is a straight up copy and paste job. But let's not kid ourselves here. The mouse definitely had to step in with a little reality check. I can just picture the phone call. Hey, have you seen the disaster that is your trailer? It's got over 1 million dislikes, and the internet is absolutely roasting you. You're alienating half of the potential audience with every word you say, and every time you open your mouth, you just dig yourself deeper and deeper. What the fuck are you doing? And let's not forget that Disney has been trying to do damage control with Rachel Zegler for a while now. However, that little fix didn't exactly pan out, did it? And now this, attacking literally half of the US population, the same group that makes up your target demographic, not only are you pushing buttons, but you're actively going after your own potential customers. That, my friend, was the final straw. Disney probably saw the social media meltdown, cringed hard, and then realized this was no longer just an unfortunate PR mess. It was a full-blown disaster that they couldn't ignore anymore. And guess what? They finally stepped in, probably after scrambling to make up for all the damage caused. But let's be real here, it is way too late to save face at this point. So Rachel Zegler finally decides to apologize, and funny enough, it feels like the tide's starting to shift. Remember how before the election, the big media outlets like the Los Angeles Times and the Washington Post suddenly decided that political endorsements were just a bit too much? I bet they realized that the winds were definitely changing. The entertainment industry, even if it's dead set against some things, it just can't ignore the backlash anymore. No more being free to slam their audience with zero consequences. Now they're scrambling to avoid the heat, especially when people like Rachel Zegler are totally cool with dissing their fans, even if it tanks the project. Like, I'm sorry, but the Snow White movie is going to absolutely flop. Like, tank so hard. Disney's probably sitting there praying, please, for the love of all things magic, stop sabotaging this movie with every word that comes out of your mouth. But let's be real here. Disney has no one to blame but themselves. They casted her knowing she's a woke activist, encouraging her to run her mouth, and now they're stuck with the fallout. And Rachel Zegler? Oh, now she's suddenly sorry after telling Trump supporters to go fuck themselves. Yeah, because I totally believe that apology is so heartfelt. Let's talk about this tone of a post for a second, because Rachel Zegler is usually all about personal, laid-back vibes on Instagram. Her posts, they read like she's texting her best friend, not reading from a corporate memo. But this one, it's as if someone handed her a textbook on how to sound like you're having a crisis and then followed it to a T. Like, the language is so over the top, it's borderline melodramatic. Every word is trying to be a big deal, making everything sound way more urgent and important than it really is. That's not Rachel's usual energy. Like, she's chill, even sarcastic at times. This? It's like she's desperately trying to convince us that she's emotionally invested, when in reality, it's more likely she's just been cornered by the powers that be. Like, it's so forced that it might as well be printed on a billboard. I mean, just one more detail that screams, this is not your idea, Rachel. However, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And hey, before you go, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. As always, this is Est, and I'm signing off now. So I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!